myself, Amer and
Patrick outside.
Live and direct, episode 2. So we got episode 1 out the way.
Yep.
It's been 2 weeks now. A lot of feedback. Thank you for everyone that listened, took the time out to listen. We know you had so much to do and go to all these restaurants and
But
party and all of that.
To our podcast.
Yeah, but thanks for checking it out. And we've listened to everyone, and we've decided that it's time to bring in a third host, somebody that knows us, somebody that can ask questions that the listeners want to know, and also have their perspective, and they're also from the business. So I'd like to introduce Caroline.
Hello. Thanks for having me, guys. It's great to be here.
Caroline, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Patrick?
I'm very well.
So I've known you guys for a long time. It's actually our 7-year anniversary.
Wow.
Did you know that?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah. I think our first email exchange.
You went for the archives.
I did my research. It was 30th of April 2013.
Wow.
So yeah, exactly 7
7
years ago.
Okay.
And we met on the Beyonce tour.
Yes.
I was managing her creative director at the time, Frank.
Shout out to Frank.
Frank, is it Gatson?
Yes, Gatson. And he was managing Luke James,
Yes.
who was an artist who was opening for her on the European leg. And yeah, I was helping Frank with Luke, and then you guys were in charge of like all his European dates, his
After parties,
after
yeah.
parties. And yeah, we met in London. I think it was at District.
I remember that.
Do you remember? I remember.
That was a good party.
I think I met you at the arena.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I got introduced. I think Frank introduced me to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've got different memory.
Yeah. Frank introduced me because I was trying to get passes.
Yeah.
I was trying to smuggle people in.
It was really hard that year
Yeah.
to get passes.
And
Frank was
I waited for you, right? At the club.
Yes.
Yeah. And Frank was like, "Yo, speak to Caroline. She can help." He just fobbed me off, and I was like, "Caroline, help me out here." And you're like, okay." And bless you, you tried. I think we ended up getting some passes. We circulated some passes.
I got you in the end.
I think there was a few people I was trying to get in at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got people in. That was a fun tour, actually.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun times. I remember going into District and you handing me an envelope. And
Kept it street.
and me counting it in the bathroom.
I do not recall that.
And I was like, it's all there.
We don't know what you're talking
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was good. It was like in a sea of craziness and mayhem.
I wasn't a part of that.
You were like a pillar of calm.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, when you meet someone, you're like, oh my God, they're just like me.
Yeah, that's the sorry.
That's interesting, isn't it? It's like, what was like your...
That was it. It was like, wow, they're the same. Like, I should stick with them forever.
And 7 years running, still here.
Still here.
Like, it's really hard to find people that you can work with, and I think when you do find them, that it's a rare thing. So you should stick with them.
Yeah, we definitely felt the same.
Yeah.
Take note, people.
Yeah, we just felt like you understood the business of. You knew what you were there for, and you were in the service business. You just wanted to make sure things get done.
Yeah.
And you weren't getting caught up in the BS. And Beyonce's tour was huge. Like it was arena to arena. We went to Milan. We went to everywhere. And there was nights where everybody was getting silly drunk. The crew, the product, everybody.
Yeah.
And you were still like there, with us on it. Yeah. So it was a great experience, and I feel like I could see why Frank had you guys running his business at that point.
Yeah.
You're the sensible one.
I am.
Yeah. You had a partner at that time as well. So yeah. But no, I think it was a great experience, and I think we just grew from that. Like our relationship grew.
Yeah.
And I think I always said to you, I really want to work with you
but
somehow.
I don't know how, but we'll do it sometime.
Yeah, we can't afford you. This Beyonce tour.
We kept in touch for years, and then last year I started working with you closely.
It was a blessing. Yeah,
It was good. We got a lot done.
Yeah, you came.
And got organised. We got super organised.
Yeah, Caroline came and organised us. Really helped our business kind of streamline better. And I think that's what we've all struggled with team members. So I think finding someone who really thinks like us and has already been in the game for so long was just like, and it's a no-brainer.
It was fun. It was good to do something a little different.
Yeah, you were with us in the chaos years.
True.
But no, it's been fun. It's been fun.
Now, I think it's great that you guys are doing this because I think people want to know what's happening behind the scenes, how to get into the industry, and actually specifically with you two, you're like extremely private. I don't think there are any pictures of you online.
There is now.
There is.
I've looked. I mean, there probably are, but it's rare.
Nah, I think when we was with you, like nothing was online about
Yeah.
us.
It's only now that you've got
Yeah.
your faces on WhatsApp. You used to just have like silhouettes or
Silhouettes.
abstract images.
We just wanted to be cool. That's what it was. Now I think it was all intentional.
Yeah.
Really, we just wanted not have a face to what we to the business,
Yeah.
and we just wanted people to see the work we did.
Yeah, that's what you're always about, the work.
Yeah.
You're not part of the selfie culture at all.
No,
Yeah, you just
I even
wanna-
cringe now, like doing a selfie.
yeah.
But
We know it's an important element and it can help, but we believed in our sheer ability to make things happen and for people to see our work.
yeah,
And we're not trying to attract the masses. We were just trying to do business with the right business-minded people. So as long as the business people fucked with us, that's all we cared about.
We are there.
Yeah, we are there. There was no other reason for us to be out there.
yeah,
This podcast now, we can't hide like our faces.
yeah.
So it's something that we embrace it now.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm starting to put some pictures out on my Instagram, which is
Amazing. Progress.
Lookbook.
it's new.
No, I think it's great. And yeah, like you said, I'm here to be the outsider, the audience perspective, ask questions, because you've known each other for so long that you might say something that might go over Patrick's head, and I'd be like, wait, 1 second. Did you say Bedford and Kanye West in the same sentence?
Yeah.
I obviously listened to your first episode,
Yeah.
which I thought was a great intro to both of you and how you started. And then my biggest takeaway from that and what stood out was 2 words: DJ Clench.
DJ Clench. Shout out to DJ Clench.
Remember that.
And you didn't go into that. You didn't ask him like what was going through his mind.
Why he named himself DJ Clench?
Yeah, what was going on there?
Actually, no, DJ Clench. It was actually a brand back in the day.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh.
and I actually used to wear it, and I'm like, oh, you know what? That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. I wasn't doing anything when I was 13, 14, so I didn't know that about you, that you started so young, and I think that's very inspirational, very cool. Yeah, and then obviously I know everything about Amer because we've had lots of chats.
Everything.
But I was surprised that you didn't know about his story. Like, what sort of friends are you?
You knew when I was it was a DJ though, right?
No, I only knew you were a promoter.
Okay.
'Cause that's how we met.
Okay, well, at least you'll get to talk now and
Yeah.
find out more about each other.
Yeah. We kind of went over that, right?
Yeah.
What part do you feel like we should be getting into more? Do you have any questions or?
I want to know how you got from, like, working from, what was it, your house?
Yeah, my
Your
parents'
mum's-
attic.
Your parents' attic.
My office. Libase headquarters was an attic
Yeah.
where the phone call used to happen at the landline number, and I used to tell my parents, don't answer it, 'cause it's gonna be for me. So I go running down the ladder, go down, pick up the phone, and I'll be like, welcome to Libase, and they'll be like, this is Uncle Iqbal, who's this? I'll be like, oh shit, okay, cool. And then you get the odd random call from like the States,
Yeah.
and then you just be so like, okay, cool, I'm gonna make this look official. And that's what it really
Like,
was.
Kanye's on the phone.
Yeah. So anybody that called, I would assume it's for me. Probably most of the times it wasn't. But no, it was cool. It was my bedroom as well at that point.
Yeah.
So that whole story of like working from your bedroom is a real thing.
I did that too.
And there we go.
We all did.
There we
Yeah.
go.
No, I was there.
So yeah.
So how do you get from there to superstars knocking on your door?
No one knocked on our door, but we had gone knock on
We
their
knocked
door.
on theirs,
Well,
yeah.
we know that you worked with Kanye.
Yeah.
Who did you work with after?
So after the Kanye West thing, like I mentioned in the last episode, was I just needed to study more and kind of dial into what was happening in the States, because obviously the hip hop culture was coming from there, and in order to do that, I had to bring DJs from those markets, from West, East Coast, all over US, whoever they were. So at that point, it was DJ Drama, who was doing mixtapes for Atlanta artists, McBoogie, Green Lantern, who was with Eminem at that point, and he was on Hot 97, I believe, as well. Who Kid, obviously G Unit we talked about, and Clinton Sparks, who was doing all these mixtapes and producing all these songs. So I was kind of just reaching out to their management teams and them and saying, "Hey guys, you want to come and do some shows in London?" So they were just giving me stupid numbers and saying, "Yo, give us like 10 G's," and I was just like, I don't have 10 G's. But what I realized was, if I can get to those guys, they can put me onto the new music. Because at that point, the Source magazine and MySpace was my only go-to. And the Source magazine gets printed after a while, it gets released, and then you're catching up. I wanted to find out who was the new.
Yeah.
So that's why I really worked with those guys to kind of understand what was happening. And I think we talked about it in the last episode, running around after them and all of that.
Yeah.
All that chaos we had to go through, but just in order to understand and see what was happening, what the shift was, what the patterns were, and really, really study it. Like, people think now, we work with 60, 70 artists a year. That happened overnight. It happened because we studied, like, we really try to understand how music was flowing in the States and why certain artists will be superstars in Europe or global, and certain will just be, US based. And any US artists that came to the UK at that point, we were kind of like, how do we work with them?
Yeah.
Just finding ways to work with them. So,
So you started with DJs. I didn't know that.
yeah, DJs was the thing that we kind of built a lot of our networks and relationships from, because the DJs saw we put in the work and they were like, oh, this is cool. There's a Pakistani guy that runs around with us in the UK, and he does everything, and he gets us paid.
And Patrick was with you at that time?
Nah, Patrick came on after, yeah. Patrick came on the nice time, when the artists started coming in. Nah, yeah. It was a weird time, because at that point I was banking on these DJs to help me. But obviously these DJs in their own right were like mini superstars, because they were putting these mixtapes out.
Yeah.
So any game that I can get from them, I was on it. But yeah, I guess they were really helpful, and then that's where I think the first ever artist that I started working with was TQ. Do you remember TQP?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even tell you how I reached that. I think I hit up he had an email account, and I just emailed it.
Was it him that responded? Or
yeah, it was him. Yeah, it was him. He was doing everything himself.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What up, G?" And I was like, "All right, cool. Like, can we get on a call?"
Yeah.
And we got on a call, and he was mad cool. And I was just like, "Look, I can do this for you." And then he was like, "All right, cool, set it up." And then when he got into the UK, I went to see him, and he was just mad cool. And I didn't expect that, because I grew up to some of his songs. Like, so I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be difficult," but I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna figure this out with him." And we started doing some bookings. This is where we went to Windsor. Do you remember Mantra?
Yeah.
So is this just UK for now, or were you doing Europe?
It was all UK. 95% was UK. The only time I first left UK was with DJ Semtex. I got my booking in Dubai. I think 2006 or 7, which was a surreal experience. I never, Dubai.
Yeah.
We're out there. That was great. Shout out to DJ Bliss, who still is a DJ out there. He set that up with me. Because of the DJs I was working with in the US DJs. They were
did it all happen through word of mouth, you think?
All.
Yeah.
I was just saying these guys connect me. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Some of them helped, some of them didn't. And I just felt like, if they value my service, they're gonna help me. They're gonna want to connect, because that's what good people do. Connect people that they can add value to their businesses. So yeah, I guess that's how it really got going.
Okay. What else was I gonna ask you?
I think Patrick came in on the time when we had Lloyd. Was it Lloyd?
Nah, Who Kid. My first one was when we were rolling with Who Kid.
So yeah, so we kept Who Kid in. So that's 2010, right?
Yeah, around that. Probably before.
And then who was like the next artist, big artist?
I think it was some old school artists. It was like Montel Jordan. I did a bunch. Remember, like I'm building this network of clubs and buyers and promoters and people in the game, DJs and stuff. Because I'm booking all these DJs and I'm meeting all these people. So while I'm building this network, I know I can't go and work with a A-list artist.
Yeah, you gotta take your time, man.
Yeah.
So is that one of the challenges, that you're good at what you do, but you're just starting, so it's hard to get the big A-listers on until you've got like a good roster?
Yeah, I
going?
think the biggest thing was to make sure you have a network that is ready to be utilized when you have the big act. Because if you don't have a system, you're gonna let people down, right? So if I didn't have a network of clubs or people that I knew or I worked with, I've established a relationship with them before,
Yeah.
then no one's gonna come and no one. If an artist goes, yeah, okay, I want to do business with you, get me shows in Paris.
Yeah.
I don't have a network. I flopped.
Mm.
He or she is not going to trust me to do business again.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it my business to build a network with these DJs and then some old school acts at that point, which was selling out all the shows. It was like a massive thing. I think Lloyd kind of really helped, and I mentioned that last time. He really helped. His team were really helpful, and we did a lot of business with them, and that's what kind of grew the network as well. Because Lloyd was more current compared to the others. So I guess that's purely how it kind of happened.
And what would you think are like your toughest moments or shows or?
You know what? Really and truly, I think the toughest challenges that I've had is convincing people to do shit. Like convincing people to part with money, convincing talent to trust us, to come and do something with us.
Everyone's really suspicious, aren't they?
Naturally.
Oh yeah.
It's people. These are people's livelihoods, brands, and if you mess up their brand, they can mess up their income, and they're in a foreign country and they don't trust no one.
And also, I think you gotta remember like their history, like you don't know what they've been through, whatnot. So it's like when they come here and like you're a new face, they kind of don't trust nobody.
Yeah.
A lot of them from the streets as well. So there's that comes with them, you know. And you're just some guy making these promises, and I'm sure people have made promises they can't deliver, and that's something that we will never do and never have done. If we're gonna say something, we're gonna deliver it. I think that's important.
Yeah, I think that's what people know about you. Like, if someone came to me and said, "I want to book Jay-Z for this," and I had direct contact with him, I would just be like, "Let me just call them Amer and Patrick," because they're gonna do a good job.
Yeah,
I think that's what your
That's
reputation
the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Should only do. Everybody listening,
Only
just
do
do that. Just call us, email us.
Yeah, because I know you're gonna get it done properly. Because there's so many people that say they can do things and then they just don't deliver.
Yeah. I think it's attention to detail that we pay. We kind of
definitely.
we kind of like super on. So, and I think we care about our reputation. Some people just like, yo,
it's
it's
not
the bag.
not just about the quick buck. It's like, okay, cool. How do we do it? But how do we do it right? And does it make sense as well?
And you also have like direct rapport with the artist. Like, not many people have that. The artist trusts you guys, and
it goes back to what we said. If you do something good enough, people are gonna pay attention.
Yeah.
And if we're not here to like, oh, I want to be down. We're more here like, hey, this is what we do.
Yeah.
Like any other business. If you really want to work with us more and you want to have that dialogue, let's have it. And if it's just a transaction, we're cool with that too. You know, and we respect everyone in how they go about their business, you know. And it's just a bonus, I guess, Pete, to have a relationship with acts.
Definitely. And I think acts, like, they know who's right for them, so automatically they pick that up, and maybe not like they won't tell you straight away, but you will know if you're gonna keep working with them. So
do you ever get starstruck or?
Definitely not.
No. You're just like me.
Just to us, it's a business. We know that we have to just be who we are and remain focused, and that shit never should phase us at all.
It's like anything else. It's like when you were working on the Beyonce tour.
I was starstruck.
Okay.
She was
All right.
gassed.
Bad example.
No, the first time I was, yes.
You were gassed.
I was. But then you get used to seeing that person, because we worked with her over like 7 years. So obviously the first time it was like my dream come true. And then you're just like, oh, okay, she's just like a normal
Don't
person.
say, oh, that's just okay. You're going to get the beehives after you.
No, obviously she's amazing. But the more you get, the more you work with someone, the more you just...
Yeah, you find out they're just
Human.
like human. Yeah, just like us.
Yeah. I mean, the only moment I can really say was the Kanye West moment. Not because of him, it's because of the moment. Because the moment he made happen in where I grew up.
So was that before DJs or after the DJs?
Before the DJs.
That was before.
Yeah.
So that was quite a big start, like a high place to start.
It was a lot of luck, and I guess it was also the stars aligned that night. That's it. Like, that's all I can say. Like, he could have easily cancelled. Back then there was no social media. No one could say nothing to him. Like, and I had to get him from London to Bedford, which is not a short journey outside of London. I think he thought it was London. He was in.
He probably got in the car and looking at his management saying, "Yo, where we going? How long?"
Yeah, this is a madness. But yeah, I mean, for sure, like, that whole experience was surreal because he was there and he performed. And I guess when he performed, and the people, like I said last time, people's behavior, that's where it all triggered. Everything triggered to me because I was like, oh, this is the time to go after it. So yeah, it was nothing out. It was luck. It was luck. It was timing. I want to shout out D1, who was the guy who helped me link me to Kanye's camp. D1 was a producer that used to come to Bedford, make beats with Bedford artists, and we shared the same birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was really like, yo, I've got somebody who can help, and yeah, he really helped, and I have to shout him out, D1.
Actually, wasn't you a manager before this as well?
Yeah, I think that's another complete conversation. I was managing artists, and that's why I met D1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we will get to the management thing because I think P can shine some light on that too, some other time.
So after you worked with Kanye, you must have thought it must have given you lots of confidence, no? To think like, oh, I can pull this off.
I was a very confident kid before, so it wasn't pulling it. I just knew that, look, it manifests, it happens. If you really want to make something happen, just go 100. And if it doesn't happen, try another way. So it was never the case of like, oh, like, now I made this happen, I'm the shit. Like, it wasn't like that. It was just like, okay, cool, this worked, so I can go and make this global now. But I need to really study the game. And I think that comes down to, I think, just how my parents raised me, I guess.
Okay. Do you think people have misconceptions about U2 or live bass, or what do you think, Patrick?
I think maybe a lot of people think that we're just kind of guys just like running around the street and going to a lot of parties pretty much with artists, but it's definitely not like that.
Yeah. People don't understand that it's not.
Yeah,
all glam.
It's not jolly. This is real life.
Yeah.
I guess it's something that we take serious. So yeah, like.
I think it's quite hard what you do, like going out every night, traveling, staying up till 2-3 in the morning. I couldn't do that.
Do you know what I was thinking? Like, can you imagine like writing a CV? And all the things that you're gonna put on there.
Yeah,
you should get hired.
I tried to write one
for anything.
I tried to write one the other day, and I was like, God, I've done so many great things.
So many things, yeah, it's crazy.
Should apply a loud bass camera. I mean, I think the other misconception is that we have like a big team, and then people think, yo, how can they do all of this output? And it's just those guys. There must be like a big team or an investor.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of people think, oh, they must have someone who's behind that. And I can say that we've been fully independent from day one. And, you know, we're open to any investment opportunities, of course, but I mean, we were just independent and we just kept it that way. So I just think if the human has the ability to do so much, I just think we restrain ourselves with the ifs and the buts and fear, and we never kind of believe that, so we just went with it. Whatever, we're like, fuck it, we're gonna work it out. So I guess that's probably one thing that people kind of find weird. And also, like, we're just legit people. If we're gonna say something, we're gonna do it. That's it. And I think people that want to do business with those people we're gonna attract.
Yeah.
And the chaos, we just won't get involved in that.
Yeah, we're not interested in that.
No. No.
Do you ever feel like it's too much, or
Yeah, no, I've had times.
Have you ever like lost the passion for it?
No, I don't think the passion, but I think there's times, like really hard times, where nothing's going right, and you're thinking like, yo, this is crazy, like this just happened, and now this, and then now that, and then your head is just starting to like feel like it's gonna explode. But then you just realize you just gotta power through and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
And then you eventually find some light, and then you're out of that.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is why I do it.
Yeah, exactly. Then you start smiling, thinking, nah, you know what? Yeah, I actually love what I do. Yeah.
And you're quite lucky to be able to do what you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just think I know what I signed up to. You know, so I never saw it as some days were challenging, some days felt impossible, but you just crack on with it. You know, you just got, what else am I going to be doing?
Yeah.
Bloody working at some office job, getting told what to do. No offense to anyone, but
yeah, there's nothing wrong with working at an office.
But it just wasn't in my.
Wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me. It wasn't in my vision to do that. So I was just like, what else am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna bitch about something that hasn't gone right for me. Fuck it. Like, we'll figure it out. And I just feel like that's probably why we've kind of been around for so long. I guess that's why a lot of great businessmen or artists, or whoever they are in the creative space, if you're so resilient and you just don't stop, you're gonna have success.
I think that's true.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people give up. No, I keep saying a lot of people.
They make excuses, I think. Like, people put like the excuse and make things up, but yeah, you just take that out and keep moving.
Or they're scared of
Fear.
failing.
Yeah,
Failure,
fear is an MF. Like, people are just trying to. I think when you get caught up with fear, nothing's gonna good come from it ever. And look, there's times where we've done deals and things have gone wrong, and then you might lose a future opportunity, right? But you can't live in that idea of, okay, this is horribly wrong and we're gonna get the blame. We're just like, yo, fine, we'll figure out the next move. We'll make it right.
Yeah. What I realized working with you was, because I'm quite an anxious person. I don't know if you noticed.
Well, a little bit.
But like, you're very calm when things go wrong. And you're like, it's fine, it's cool.
It wasn't always like that.
Yeah, no, that's something that we just learned. We taught ourselves. I actually remember now when I used to drive home before and certain things weren't going right, or something happened the prior night, and I used to go home and thinking, like, it used to be in my mind, so I'll go home and wouldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And then I actually taught myself, you know what? Whatever happens is gonna happen. There's no control. Like, it's out of your control. So you just gotta, don't worry about it. Wake up next day. It's another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, like, if this is the worst, then we'll find a way out, you know? I never felt like, you have days when you just feel like, oh man, like everything we've tried has not worked.
Yeah.
But nah, I never let the emotion become a big part of me. Back in the day though, I was the one calling people up and going crazy on the phone.
Yeah.
Putting the phone down on people. But I just realized, like, that can only get you so far.
Yeah, we've learned not to do that. So if we get upset about something, we leave it for a day and then come back to it, and it's like much better, much calmer.
Yeah. And there's people out there that push your buttons, right? Disrespect you, or you feel away and you want to address them. But you just learn how to deal with it better. And it's nothing personal. It's all business.
Well, actually, what Frank used to say that made me feel better, because there are times where I just get so overwhelmed and I just like cry in the bathroom.
Wow.
I'm telling you everything. And then he used to say, don't worry, this is just show business. It's not real life.
What things like made you feel like that?
It was just like, you know, everything going wrong, someone saying something rude, and he was just like, you know, we can swear at each other and then go for dinner.
That's right.
Like, it's not personal.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So that's how I think of it now.
That's really important.
Yeah.
Fuck your feelings, basically.
Yeah.
That's what the game.
Or
like,
don't be here.
Yeah.
Go take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, this is not
like, people are under
playground.
so much pressure to get things done, and people are going to say things. You just don't take it personally. Just do the job, and that's it.
And it helped, right?
Yeah. And now every time something happens, I'm like, it's just show business.
Show business. Yeah, Yeah.
Do you pinch yourself when that happens? Like, she just swore at me, show business.
Yeah, I know. But
you can't take anything personal.
yeah.
I think
I was oversensitive, and you have to learn not to be.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. No, I mean, I think because people take it personal and think it's about them. It's not about you.
Yeah.
It could be a million things. Don't take it personal. Let's just figure it out. Look, there's people that do bad business by you, I guess, in the past, P, right?
Yeah.
And you just think, why would this dude do that? Like, we've been 100 with him. But then we just realize, it's business. They feel like they can get something better from where else.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, we just see the history and see how we've managed to do X, Y, and Z so many times.
Yeah.
That people are gonna see what the truth is. That's another thing. Having confidence in your service or your product, knowing that, look, no matter what anybody says to you or thinks of you, even if they don't mess with you, don't take it personal because it'll come back around. If you make it about you, you're gonna lose that relationship.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the biggest thing. I don't know how we learned that, but we just felt like, okay, cool.
Do you feel like it was different for you because you're a female in this industry?
I think when I started, I was quite young. Yeah. Well, not as young as you, but I was like 25 when I started the company. And I think people didn't take me as seriously because I looked even younger. I looked like I was...
You haven't aged, Karen.
I looked like I was quite young and I was a woman, and they were like, well, she doesn't know what she's doing, obviously. But then, after working with me, they'd be like, oh, okay, she does. I think even with Frank, I had that. Like, he would just talk to Guido and not address me, and I'd be like, why isn't he talking to me? He doesn't like me. And
You'd
then
be like, yo, boss, what's up, man?
But I think after some time, you realise that
you earned it.
That I did know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So.
But that's going on saying that you have to earn your stripes, innit? And then people will actually say, yo, all right, let me give you a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, just do the work as best you can.
Do you think it's harder for females in this business?
I don't I think I was, well, it depends. I was lucky, I think, in terms of the whole Me Too thing. Like, I never had anything happen. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm just, hey, we're not talking about the Me Too movement. We're just talking about in general, like, you coming up in the business and landing that gig with Frank and then being on this tour. And then from that tour, you did so much other projects.
Yeah.
Like, was it a struggle being a lady?
I don't think so. I didn't find it that people treat me differently, or maybe because we did have all that experience behind us, and like we could be like, oh, I did this and I did this, so obviously I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's backing you up in it. Like,
yeah. So yeah, I think what's hard is like securing a contract. That's hard, but what's harder is keeping it.
Repeat business.
Yeah, I think that's hard because there are so many people trying to do what you're doing. They want your job.
Yeah, that's true.
And left, right, and center, they're sort of offering your artist this and that, and you have to like trust that they'll stay with you.
The jungle.
Yeah, especially with what you
lion.
do.
The lion.
Now we're the lions of the jungle. There's nothing but us. Nah, I mean, yeah. Going back to that, like about competitiveness with clients. I honestly felt like we had the best service and the product. We knew what we were doing.
Yeah, from A to Z, straight up.
We were the best. So it's like, yo, you want to be with us, or do you want to have a go with your brand that you've built?
Yeah.
With X, Y, and Z, and then if you go and do that and it doesn't work out, then we can sit down and have a conversation, and just the deal won't be the same.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've always had a conversation with everyone. We've always sat down with everyone and said, how can we work together? And I think in this business, everybody's like not trying to work with everyone, or they just have their own agenda. Where we've sat with everyone and said, how can we work? Some like what they hear and they want to work, some don't. It's fine, We like, at the end of the day, everyone has a choice.
Yeah.
And what sacrifices do you think you've made to be able to get to this point?
Patrick's smiling.
I guess spending time with people, with family, friends, loved ones. I guess that's one of the biggest sacrifices you have to make. But again, like, what you signed up for. It's part of the game. If you want to be in it, you got to be in it to win it.
Time is the biggest currency, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. So if you want a certain life and you want fulfillment, you're gonna give up your time.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if you guys been watching the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance.
Bits and pieces.
Not check that yet.
That dude, like, I'm a fan. I don't watch, and I'm not a fan of basketball, but I'm a fan of him. And the reason why I'm a fan of him is he just relentless in winning. So all he cared about, winning. He didn't care about anyone's feelings. He didn't care about who you were. He just cared about winning. He didn't care about nothing else mattered to him. Like, if you watch his documentaries, I recommend it to everyone. I wish we were part of that, but yeah. No, it's incredible. Like, his story, his legacy, and the way he went about his business. He didn't care about no one's feelings. He was like, we are gonna win. So I think and then there's a scene in there. I won't get into it too much. He says, like, now I know it's time is over when I can't get from my hotel to the tour bus, bus to the arena, from arena. Like, he's talking about all these things that he's lost now. He lost his freedom pretty much. Yeah. He's like, yo, I need to back away from it now. But he's a great example of, like, just like, I've sacrificed this to be great. Yeah. And he's built something that no one can take away from him. And I feel like that's, for me, that's the meaning of life. Being the best you can be, and whatever it is. You could be the best, I don't know, pastry chef. You could be the best, I don't know, whatever you want to be. As long as you really own it and do it, I think that's life. I think that's the highest you're gonna get, the biggest high of life.
But what if it means that your relationships aren't any good, but you're the best at the best?
I guess.
Does that matter to you,
Patrick? Do you know about that?
I just think is I don't know, different for each individual. Some might want to be the best, but also might want to involve their family and whatnot. Yeah. So there's different ways of going about it, I think, personally.
I don't think I can do both, actually. Like, be the best, because it just requires so much time.
Yeah, you can't get, and then you can't put your time into something else.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think that I can do that. Like, have it all, like they say.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's
not
tough.
In this job.
Yeah, it's tough, but, like, I just feel like relationships, if the person is solid with you, they're gonna ride it through with you.
Yeah. You can't be with someone insecure or because that's not gonna work, or doesn't understand what you do and be like.
We've got friends that are, like, touring more than us. They're on the road more than us. They do way more than us, and they have stable relationships at home. Yeah. Their wives, band members that go on tour for like 8 months to a year, they're gone. Yeah. They're not home. The only time they're gonna see them is on a FaceTime. But their partners know why they're doing it. Yeah. Building a brighter future, I guess. And I'm not saying that, every relationship works out. I guess it probably doesn't. But I just feel like if you have the right support system at home and the goal is one and the vision is one, like, yo, we're going to work together to build this, it's going to play itself out. Yeah. It just doesn't work for everyone, I guess. And yeah.
So do you feel like you're facing obstacles now still, or that you've come to a point where, you're successful enough that you've kind of ironed everything out?
I think it's easier. I think we still face obstacles, but it's just not as bad as it was when we first started out, because we know that, like, now we've got knowledge, so we kind of do things a bit differently, like than we would do. So yeah.
Like what?
Logistics.
Yeah.
Like, before, maybe we kind of would have been all over the place, but now we know exactly how it goes, like what car they need, all of that. So
details, yeah.
The details, yeah.
Okay.
But no, I just think obstacles, like the current obstacles, is this virus.
Yeah.
Right. So every business in the world is affected, unless you're Amazon. Everything's been affected. So we were just like, okay, what can we do that's going to keep us productive? It's also, what can we do to add value and keep us sane, and also use our tools, what we've learned, how we've learned, and be ready for a new challenge. And I guess this is why we have this amazing podcast, But no, I mean, for real, like, I just I just feel like anything that comes our way, we're just ready for it, whatever it is, you know. You just figure it out and you just get better at it, or you try something new.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably how I see things. But
and so how do you think things are going, like going forward? What do you think is going to happen? Since like nobody can perform and
innovation.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are gonna find a way to do what they love doing, but maybe from their home or from somewhere close to them.
Yeah.
So obviously to get to their fans or whatnot. I think and everyone's
virtual shows and stuff.
Yeah, innovation is the way, man.
Yeah, and also I think it might be good, partially. Only because I say this because it's a reset. Not just music, I just think in general, there's a reset going to happen. So it gives people an opportunity to be, like you said, innovative, be creative.
Yeah, rethink what they're doing.
Yeah, reassess.
Yeah.
It's given us time to reassess.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's given big businesses, all types of businesses, time to reassess, right? And then re-strategize and reintroduce and come with something, I don't know, a bit more, I don't know, whatever that is for them. But I definitely feel that it could be a great opportunity for a lot of unknown businesses to come up.
Yeah.
But I also feel like there's no more festivals this year, pretty much. It's done, right? Summer's done.
Yeah.
Shows are pretty much out the way. So next year we can expect probably less festivals, less shows.
Yeah.
But that opens up the market to what? Who knows? You know, it's gonna force
the unknown.
Yeah, it's gonna force people to think different ways, and I think that's good. That's always gonna be good. There's probably someone now in their bedroom.
Yeah.
Like I was back then,
Yeah.
or P was, or
A
you
little
were.
Amer.
Yeah, I don't know, like that. It's a crazy sight, but they're just trying to figure. They're gonna come up with something that's gonna change the game. You know, and that I think that's what it's all about. Like, as long as we're still breathing and healthy, nothing can change. You know, nothing can stop you from doing what you want to do. But yeah, I think the music business is gonna take a hit like every other business, but with time, things will get
I
better.
think probably like music business, entertainment in general
Yeah.
is probably one of the most affected
Yeah.
businesses.
Yeah.
Because like I say, it relies on touring and whatnot, and if you can't get out to tour, it's a bit sticky situation.
Yeah, but I think people still want to go to shows and
Be
dance
entertained.
and just have that moment, escape or listen to music.
Sorry to cut you, did you watch the Tory Lanez?
No, I didn't. It's good.
I was quite hyped about it, and when I see it, and I always maybe kind of thought, this is like the new way. But when I saw it, I'm like, nah, you can't beat live. You can't beat that interaction.
Wait, what was this?
Tory Lanez did like a live show.
Yeah.
He partnered up with YouTube.
Okay.
So he had like all like proper visuals, everything. Like it was like a proper show, band, everything. So I thought it was gonna be like a innovation, like something that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
But I just felt like it was good. I just felt like it wasn't the real thing like you would get and see him like at a proper live show in person.
And he's a great performer.
And he's a great performer, yeah.
Do you think because it was missing an audience, like a live audience?
Yeah, because I was at home in front of my TV and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It just misses the vibe, and
Yeah.
that's what you can't replace.
Now I'm not a fan of online virtual.
Me neither. It's just not the same.
No. Maybe we're getting
Old.
But nah, it never feels like that. But who knows? It might be a thing. Somebody just have to create something innovative. It could be maybe I don't know. I'm sure someone will come up with something.
Yeah.
Caroline come up with something. But nah, we'll see. We'll see. I just don't think it's gonna have that impact. But look, where are we? May now?
Yeah.
Just write it out. Everybody write it out. Hopefully, things change in the winter.
Yeah, hope so.
But yeah. And if it don't, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
How you been finding it? Like being stuck in in the UK after traveling for so long.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that today, saying that. It's really weird. Just knowing that you can't get on the plane, and like we're always on the plane.
Yeah.
So like just knowing that you can't do that and just get off and go somewhere else, it's weird. Like to me, I actually feel like I'm trapped.
Yeah. I look forward to the summer holidays.
It's for a reason, so yeah.
What about you, Caroline? You travel a fair bit.
I do. Yeah, I find it depressing that I can't go anywhere. Probably just be able to go to like Brighton.
Don't we have nice beaches as well? Like
not really. It's freezing cold. I mean, it's nice scenery, but it's not the same, is it?
Nah,
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna cut this podcast short, right, compared to the other one.
Let's see.
So
I have a question.
Yes, let's go.
So one of the questions like that came up the most was, how does someone get into this industry? Like a teenager just starting out, what should they do?
Patrick?
I think first and foremost,
get a great DJ name.
Have a vision.
Yeah.
And do it as your best ability possible. Like when I started DJing, it turned into a passion, and I was actually starting to get really good at it, and that's when I got known for being this DJ.
Yeah.
And obviously that started turning into money, and started to give me some ideas on what I could do next.
It's just that feeling, isn't it, that you know that you're gonna do it.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I was doing it, I'm like, yo, this is what I was made to do. Like I was born to do this. It's in my blood, music.
Yeah.
Just do it well, man. Or I don't do it at all. Just leave it to the side.
It sort of depends on what they mean by what they want.
Yeah, it depends. If it's DJing, is it events? What is it? So
if they generalize it on terms of like get into what the event business, as if that's the question.
Yeah.
Then it goes back to studying, researching, working for free.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many times we spent time on the road and made.
Did you ever study the actual events?
Nah, I kind of like with the Kanye West thing. I kind of like blagged it. Like I kind of figured it out while on the job. But it goes back to the desire to learn and want to make it happen. So I guess if you really have that personality that you're gonna go after it, then that's probably a good thing. And then I guess study, like, and I mean study like event, study the business, what you want to be in, see how it plays out. And then trying to be, okay, cool, I can offer this service in this business. And then just don't give up when you keep falling.
I think information is really key as well. Like, just be a sponge.
Yeah.
Read, go on a computer, find out. Like, I think that's super key.
Yeah. And look at what events you like, or I like this or like that, and then check who was behind it, and then stalk them.
Do you okay.
I don't know about that. I don't know about stalking. Don't
please don't stalk us.
Don't stalk me.
Please. No, it is that too.
Get to know who's behind the events that you enjoy.
Study people. Study people. Study the great people that who put records together to tours together. You know. Hopefully we're gonna get a bunch of really cool, interesting people in the music sector who can really shine some light on that too. So I think that would be cool. I think this has been a good episode. I think you really helped us out, Caroline.
Have I? I don't know.
Not gassing you, but you really did help us. Because me, Patrick would be like, there'd be those long second delays, and Patrick's chair is still squeaking. If you hear that chair, it's Patrick's. Okay,
we'll cut that out.
Yeah. So no, it's been good. I feel like we got second episode done. People got to know. I want to thank everybody once again for supporting, sharing, listening. Everyone from the DJs to people that know us, like really support it, appreciate it, and we're gonna do some really, really cool stuff. Just hold tight.
Keep tuned.
Yeah. If you have any questions for next time, send them up.
DM them at the Keep It Moving Pod at Instagram.
Yeah. Caroline, where do we find you online? Can we?
Which site, Caroline, are you on?
Instagram, I guess. At Caro Kouri, Khouri.
Okay.
Good luck finding that. Amer.lb. Personal
Mine
one.
is Patrick_J_A.
and then at live bass, I guess makes sense. Yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
And hopefully you all enjoy this.
Yep. Stay safe, guys.
And give us feedback too. And hopefully we'll do another amazing episode 3.
Peace, love, and pum pum.
Keep it moving.